Are you still pricing contracts based on square footage alone? In 2026, the rules have changed, and if you're not adjusting your bidding strategy, you're giving money away. Today, we're tearing apart common myths and revealing what pro cleaners are doing right now. I want you to tell me in the comments what pricing strategy lost you money last year. Clients today expect professional, transparent, and detailed bids that justify your price, not scribbled figures or a lowball guess. Professional proposals that break down labor, supplies, overhead, and margins are decisively winning contracts today. Do you know what the most common trap in commercial cleaning bidding is? Well, one of the most commented on questions on this channel is, if you don't use flat square foot pricing, why do you measure square feet at all? Square footage is absolutely important. It helps scale the size of the opportunity, compare buildings, and create a baseline for expectations. It tells you how big the space is, but it doesn't tell you how long it will take to clean. Cleaning time is driven by use, layout, and detail level. A 5,000 square foot medical facility with multiple restrooms, exam rooms, touchpoint disinfection, and compliance standards will require significantly more labor than a 5,000 square foot open warehouse with minimal fixtures and low foot traffic. Here you can also explain that square footage helps businesses price specialty services like floor care and carpet care later without having to go back and measure again. It's a good way to plan ahead. Square footage is a reference point. Labor hours are the pricing driver. Over 130,000 people have viewed our How to Bid Commercial Cleaning Jobs video. If you haven't done that, make sure you do after this video. It includes a detailed formula that has helped us and countless commercial cleaners price bids efficiently. Let's talk about some hidden costs. The extras that kill your profit. Everyone asks, does your bid include cleaning chemicals, paper products, and trash liners? The honest answer, it depends. In 2026, the strongest bids do one of two things. Bundle supplies into a clearly defined markup line item or bill them separately with full transparency so the client sees exactly what they're paying for. What doesn't work is being vague. Many new commercial cleaners forget to properly account for overhead, insurance, transportation, equipment, admin time, and supply management. When chemicals and consumables aren't priced intentionally, they quietly eat away at your profit. Failing to include supplies and true overhead is one of the fastest ways to shrink margins to zero. If you're looking to level up your proposals, we recently started using Proposify, and it's been a great addition to our workflow. It makes it easy to build professional proposals with customizable templates, collect signatures digitally, and keep everything organized in one place. It also integrates with tools like HubSpot, which we love, so it fits right into the systems many of us are already using. If you want your proposals to look more polished and help you win more deals, it's definitely worth checking out. Check out the link in the description to try it for yourself. What about specialized cleaning variations? Here's where so many bids go wrong. General cleaning pricing formulas fall apart when you move into post-construction, medical and dental sanitation, schools, and high-traffic facilities. Why? Because each environment operates on different production rates, requires additional training, carries compliance standards, and often involves premium chemicals or PPE. All of that impacts labor, speed, risk, and cost, which means it must be priced differently. For example, in medical cleaning, production rates typically decrease because sanitation protocols are stricter. More touch points, more dwell time for disinfectants, more documentation. That means fewer square feet per hour and a higher true cost per labor hour. If the pricing model doesn't adjust for that, margins disappear quickly. To succeed as a commercial cleaner, it's essential to truly understand how these variables impact your numbers. Join us at OctocleanMedia.com for daily discussions, group coaching, downloadable templates, and a growing library of resources that's constantly being updated. We also have our own cleaning standards times available under guides. Make 2026 the year your commercial cleaning business reaches the next level. How do you handle bidding against lowballers? This is a comment we see over and over. I lost the job. They said another bid was 30% cheaper. What do I do? Let's be clear. Extremely low bids are usually low for a reason. Corners are being cut, staff is being underpaid, true overhead isn't being factored in. Most experienced owners adopt a simple mindset shift. Know your true cost and be prepared to justify it. When pricing is built on accurate labor hours, proper wages, insurance, supplies, and overhead, there's nothing to apologize for. Transparency builds credibility, even if it means that you don't win the job every time. And if a strong impression was made during the walkthrough and bid process, there's a good chance that your phone will ring again soon. When the lowballer falls short on performance, clients often come back looking for reliability and professionalism. Let's talk about it in the comments. What do you say when a prospect responds, "Someone quoted way lower"? We actually have a full video breaking down how to handle this objection, but we want to hear your approach first. Comment below. Lastly, let's briefly talk about handling the reduction request. Clients love asking, "Can we cut service from 5 days to 3? Here's the reality. Less frequent service doesn't mean less work. Trash piles up, dust accumulates, restrooms require deeper attention, which often increases labor per visit. Let's be smart about pricing. Don't just adjust your frequency. Recalculate your labor hours per visit because the scope of work changes when the schedule changes. If you've made it this far into the video, let me ask you this. What's the worst job you underpriced because you only looked at square footage? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to stay up to date. We release videos regularly, and don't forget to sign up at octocleanmedia.com to keep the conversation going daily. See you next time.